So nobody really wants footy pajamas for Christmas. You heard me, Aunt Clara. What they want is a freezer full of beef. And I'm gonna show you how to make some wishes come true. Here you have a full bone-in rib roast, also known as an export rib. It can look intimidating, but it's super easy to break down and turn into the best gifts your friends and family will receive. We'll cut a 4-bone section for the roast. It's a pretty ideal roast size for a holiday meal. It's important to cut in between the button bones and the rib bones so that your knife cuts easily through the meat. Try to use long, smooth motions when cutting in between the bones. Now that we have 2 sections, we'll break down the steaks. You want to use the longest knife that you have. It makes it easier to cut through smoothly with even strokes. We'll leave these steaks bone-in because there's definitely a cool factor to thick, bone-in steaks. To trim them up, all you have to do is cut off some of the tail fat and you have a beautiful, thick-cut ribeye. Just look at those. Wouldn't you be happy to receive this as a gift? We're done cutting the steaks, but let's look at that roast for just a minute. This is the chuck end of a roast. This is my favorite because it has a large piece of spinalis as well as a good-sized eye. The marbling in the steak is just bonkers. All the rich, beefy flavor comes from that marbling. Even though I love a bone-in rib roast, I'll have to take the rib bones off in order to fit it into a vacuum bag. Using the tip of your knife, you'll want to follow the contours of the rib bones in order to leave as little meat on the bones as possible. Using only the first inch or so of your boning knife will help you to make precision cuts. Just ride the knife along the bones. If you aren't touching the bone, you're probably cutting too much into the meat. As you work your way further down the ribs, use your opposite hand to pull the meat back away from the rib bones. You'll want to keep working the knife down and peeling the meat back in order to get it as clean as possible. Once you start seeing the bottom of the rib bones, then you can pull those bones all the way down and cut across the bottom to remove the ribs. You can see there isn't too much meat left on those bones. To clean up the roast, just remove the tail fat from the end, and that's about all the trimming it really needs. Look at that beauty. It's a perfect size for a special meal. Now we need to package it up. And vacuum sealing really is the best method. Here's a tip. Make sure to fold over a good amount of the bag so fat doesn't get on it, which would prohibit it from getting a good seal. If you don't have a vacuum sealer, you can always wrap it in plastic wrap, then put it in a freezer bag and try and push as much air out as possible. I suggest vacuum sealing though. This will protect the roast against freezer burn, and it's much more visually impressive when it's vacuum sealed. This perfectly packaged roast will make an amazing gift that can easily feed a whole family. Now follow the same process to seal up those steaks. Now you've got ribeye steaks for the grilling enthusiasts in your life, a rib roast that can easily feed a whole family, and some back ribs that you might as well just keep for yourself. And these cutting boards would make a great gift package to go with those steaks. A soft-sided cooler is the perfect gift bag for all of these great cuts. Make sure everything's nice and chilled, and you might want to throw an ice pack in there. Then just pack it full and slap a bow on top. There's no wrapping required. So I tried to make an impressive cutting board and steak combo, definitely fumbling, wrapped kind of like a gift basket. Oh, we almost got it, yeah. I prefer the bag though. It requires much less manual dexterity. If you like this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. We'll see you next time.